Hi Aquarius, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name is Erica and this is your May Astrology, Oracle, and Tarot card reading video scope forecast, whatever you want to call it. This is for your sun, moon, or rising sign if you are an Aquarius. And good golly, Miss Molly, we already have a card. 2 cards jumping out of the deck. I haven't even talked about the astrology yet. 2 cards already jumped out. At the beginning of the month, on the 4th, we have a new moon at 14 degrees of Taurus. These are the cards that jumped out. We'll see if they show up again. So, 14 degrees of Taurus. This is where the sun and the moon are at the same spot in the sky, giving each other a hug, a kiss, touching. This new moon is also influenced by the planet Uranus. There is a spotlight being cast on our senses, especially that of the intuitive or the vocal sense, also paying attention to the throat chakra. At the time of this new moon, we have Venus in Aries squaring Saturn in Capricorn, asking us to be kind. We have Mercury in Aries trining Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius, asking us to pay attention to the inspired ideas and communication that comes to us. A lot of cards flying out of this deck for you. Again, it shows up. We're going to keep it. It's asking that you find your balance. Again. It's asking that you build supportive foundations for your values to flourish. And it asks that you speak your truth and the reality of your truth in grounded, inspired love. Okay, Aquarius, this is like my 3rd time recording this for you. I've run into some snags the first time the computer went ridiculous. And then I've had different hiccups while trying to record it today. The first video that I recorded for y'all that did not make it through had this card show up too. So there's a lot of things that are trying to make their way to you through the cards, message-wise. On the 7th, we have Mercury, the planet of thought, movement, and communication. Hang on. I'm moving too fast. This new moon on the 4th, 14 degrees of Taurus, where the sun and the moon are hugging. Uranus is there, close by, influencing it. 14 degrees. The Sabian symbol that we can link to 14 degrees of Taurus comes from straightwoo.com, and it reads, "The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow." And we can take from it that riches come from linking the celestial and the earthly nature. This new moon, Mercury moving in, Venus moving in, all in the 4th house. A lot of focus on the 4th house at the first part of the month. That new moon on the 4th, a seed planted. Then we have on the 7th, Mercury, the planet of thought, movement, and communication, moving into Taurus, your 4th house. On the 16th, we have Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, money, and resources, moving into that 4th house of home, family, stability, roots, foundations. On the very same day, on the 16th, we have Mars moving into Cancer. Mars is the planet of energy, impulse, and aggression. It is the planet that deals with fire. And Cancer is a water sign. It's like boiling water for the crab boil. The crab don't want to go in it. I don't know of any crabs that would want to go in some boiling water. Would not be fun for them. For you, this is in your 6th house of work and health or competency and skills you bring to the services that you provide. It's also your daily agenda, your to-do list, and your pets. The fact that Mars is in the 6th house means a couple of different things for me. Be a good time for you to exercise, to work and move your body, to get that Mars energy grounded through your physical form. If you aren't going to work out, then possibly get your blood pumping at night with your sexual partner. Another good way to work the body and keep the aggression from playing out in your daily life or in your area of work It could be that you are just being aggressively sought for the things that you do or the things that you provide, services, etc. Be careful with pet bites. Be careful with your pet's period. Your pet could get bit as well. Mars is sharp. It punctures. And you may be running fever in one way or another with Mars moving in that 6th house. You could just be running really hot. And we're moving into the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere, so it makes perfect sense. On the 18th of the month, we have a full moon at 27 degrees of Scorpio. This is occurring in your 10th house. The 10th house is a house that I like to attribute to the phrase from the quote from William Shakespeare, all the world's a stage. The 10th house is the stage that you approach the world on. It's how the world knows you through your career, your status, and your reputation. You're dealing with authority figures. This is people that you have to answer to on a regular basis. Authority figures in the world, or the authorities, or people who are an authority figure in their field of expertise, and that very well could be you, Aquarius. The Sabian symbol for 27 degrees of Scorpio reads, a military band marches noisily on through the streets. From this, we can take the aggressive glorification of cultural values. On the 22nd, we have the Sun and Mercury moving into Gemini. This is your 5th house. I think of the 5th house as the house of sparks. It's the spark of love, the spark of life, and the spark of creation. This is your social life and where you go to blow off steam. This is where you go to be a kid. This is dealing with your children or your childhood. This is close-knit social groups, people you would have over to your house for a birthday party, a cookout. This is not the thousands of people you have friendships with, say, through Twitter or gaming or whatever. So yeah, that's what's going on. Let's see what the cards have to say. We're going to start with the Oracle cards and work our way back. I pulled for you from the Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle deck the Amethyst card. It deals with peace, balance, and self-control. It helps heal and amplify the vibrations of the crown chakra. Amethyst heals the layers of addiction and brings balance, focus, and unity to the bearer. You've pulled this card because you need to achieve a deeper state of peace and balance within. Meditate with Amethyst to access more profound relationship with Spirit, to soften life's unfolding trials, and to stop turning to unhealthy sources for comfort. Trying to find balance, huh? The scales for Libra. We just had 2 Libra full moons back to back, one at 0 degrees, one at 29 degrees. The card from the Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue is your love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. Those are both positive messages. You have another card dealing with balance. You have another infinity symbol. Whenever I see the infinity symbol, I think of Scorpio. We do have that full moon in Scorpio at 27 degrees of Scorpio in your 10th house. You're juggling that 10th house of who you wanted to be and who you are, and what you have to do to get to where you want to be if you aren't where you want to be right now. Does that make sense? The card that kept jumping out of the deck, we've seen it more than once, or I have. You've seen it twice now, is the 6 of Pentacles. So we have Mars moving into the 6th house on the 16th of the month. This could be speaking to that, or it may just be energy in general. The 6 deals with the theme of growth, and when there's growth, there's going to be growing pains. Pentacles deal with earth sign energy, that is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The 6 of Pentacles deals with generosity, charity, giving. This is understanding that the wheel of fortune spins in everyone's favor and disfavor, depending at what cycle you're at. You're not always going to be on top. Sometimes you will be the benefactor, sometimes you will be the beneficiary. If you are at a point where you need help, it is also a good time for you to ask for help. And you may want to look to somebody who has the Libra type qualities to help you in that negotiation of, I need help. 6th house. The bottom card represents the underlying theme or overarching energy for me, and this is the 9 of Swords. The 9 deals with the theme of fruition. The swords are associated with the air signs. That would be Gemini, Libra, or you, Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, this card deals with the theme of depression, anxiety, despair, and insomnia. You have Pluto and Saturn in your 12th house. I am not at all surprised to see this card. Saturn and Pluto in the 12th house can feel like a menacing, very thick, dense energy that makes it difficult to rest, to sleep, to find comfort and solace. The fact that they're going retrograde in April means that you're probably dealing with more internal reflections now than external boundary restrictions. So it's probably playing out a lot in your dream space. And you are probably waking up feeling very conflicted and not knowing what to do. Now, the first card in the top 3 for clarity is the first in the major arcana, the Magician. The Magician represents this, it's symbolic of the planet Mercury. Mercury is moving very fast this month for you. It starts out in the beginning of May in the 3rd house of your communication, commute, short distance journeys, communication devices, siblings, cousins, neighbors in the neighborhood. And then it moves to the 4th house, home, family, root, stability, and foundation. And then it moves into the 5th house of sparks, love, life, and creation, your love life. This Magician is a problem solver, trying to solve problems in that 3rd house, trying to solve problems in the 4th house, trying to solve problems in the 5th house. The fact that Mercury is now moving direct and moving very fast, we are regaining ground that may have been lost, ceded, or confused during the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. This Magician is the ultimate manifester, meaning he has everything, he, she, whomever, has everything at their disposal for manifestation. They just have to get out of their own way. This card is the embodiment of as above, so below. Second card in the top 3 for clarity is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is an influential female who is of the earth sign persuasion. That would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or just the energy of this Queen of Pentacles, who is down to earth and very maternal. Some of you are pregnant. Some of you are getting pregnant. If it's not with an actual child, it's an idea, it's a relationship. You are at a manifestation point with the Magician showing up and now the Queen of Pentacles next to him. You are manifesting a better something than what you had. You want it to be a better home. You want it to be a better home life. You want it to be a better family. The focus is on that pinnacle, that prized possession, that value with the Magician. And we have following her, the Two of Pentacles. This is a theme of duality. The Pentacles, again, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Money is on the mind. Money is on your mind. The things that you value, the things that you possess, the things that you love. These are big value things running through your mind. What do you love? What do you need? It may be where you are coming to a point where you understand that for you to be an efficient co-creator, an efficient manifester in your own world, that you have to make the energy move. And sometimes by doing that, you have to release things. You have to choose between this and that. It's almost like, what do I want to keep for my nest egg, my family, for the long term? And what do I need to give up? What is no longer serving me? There is a lot of waves in the background, meaning this is an up-down situation. It ebbs and flows. It comes to and goes away and then comes back again. You have Neptune in the 2nd house. Neptune is watery. It's foggy. It's vapor. So it could be that finances feel like they are coming in and going out with the tide. And those financial worries may also be what has you feeling insecure and stressed out. But the card that has just been repeatedly jumping out of the deck for y'all is this card going back to the theme of generosity, charity, and giving. Being compassionate to yourself and to others. It would be great if you could employ that compassionate energy in that 6th house mid-month on with Mars moving in there. That's what I've got for you, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, I thank you from the bottom of my very grateful heart. The energy feels scattered for you. And I think the best thing you can do is focus on home base. Make your home base your oasis. Only keep the things that matter to you. Marie Kondo the shit out of your environment. If it is not working for you, if it costs you more to deal with than it does to not, those are all things that need to be paid attention to and released. It's part of growth. I love you. I'm sending you a lot of love. I do hope you're well. Be kind to yourself and save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through private battles that some of us may never speak about to another living soul. Take care, and I will see you here for the May card of the day series, where I'm going to use my Game of Thrones tarot deck. And we'll go through the month of May and talk about what's going on day by day by day. I'll see you soon. Love y'all. Bye.